Hey guys, I'm doing this video different than I usually do them because I actually did it and like the entire video already, this vlog, and with the special effects and everything that I usually like to add to it. And for some reason my Final Cut Pro is acting up again and I just honestly can't deal with the stress tonight. So I'm gonna do a different kind of video today. I'm just gonna be reading what I have here on my outline. So I mainly focused, I focused completely on Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. And I'm going to be talking about how I saw Joseph Campbell's hero cycle, the adventure of the hero, played out throughout the film. Joseph Campbell's adventure of the hero is a pattern that can be found in many films, including Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope. So I noticed each step as the film was playing out, and as I was seeing things, I was kind of just like comparing them to what the hero cycle is and what each step is supposed to be, and I just found what things were happening, what events were happening in the film that matched that step. So the first one is Ordinary World. The universe and planet Tatooine, I hope I said it right, oh my god, Star Wars fans, are introduced. So that's Luke's home planet, and that is introduced to us. So that is technically his ordinary world. I was thinking, like, to me, that's not ordinary at all. Like, that is some weird planet. Luke doesn't want a boring life like his uncle has and what his uncle has planned for him. He doesn't want that. He craves adventure, and that's exactly what he gets. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is the call to adventure. Obi-Wan Kenobi gives Luke his father's lightsaber. So I feel like this was a very big part of the call to adventure because, he's receiving the sword early, but he's still receiving it, which means like you're going to have to use it sometime in the movie. Like, if you're getting this weapon, it's going to be used sometime in the film. So adventure's going to happen. So then we get the holographic message from Princess Leia that comes from R2-D2. And basically she says, "Help me, Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're my only hope." Quoted that. And if that isn't an obvious call to adventure, then what is? You know what I mean? Like, that is so obvious. Like, she's saying, "You're my only hope, I need you to save me." So call to adventure right there. Check that one off. That one was an easy one. Okay, so refusal of the call. At first, Luke refuses to go. He says that he has too much work to do on the farm in his home planet with his aunt and uncle, and he also uses the excuse, "Oh, it's such a long way from here." Like, Luke, come on, Leia needs your help. And so does Obi-Wan Kenobi. He's too old, he needs your help. So he goes home to realize that it has been destroyed, and his family, his uncle and his aunt, have been killed, so they're dead. And then we go on to the next step, which is meeting the mentor, which already happened because Obi-Wan Kenobi is Luke's mentor. But this is like kind of where he accepts Obi-Wan Kenobi as his mentor, and he accepts the call to adventure. He realizes there's no point to stay on this planet because his family's dead. So he realizes, like, hey, I should maybe do something with my life. And I've always wanted adventure anyway, so let me follow my dad's footsteps and become a Jedi. So he asks Obi-Wan Kenobi to teach him the ways and to be his mentor. So crossing of the threshold. This happens at the Mos Eisley spaceport. And Obi-Wan Kenobi first describes it as being full of scum and villainy. And he was right, because Luke feels kind of uncomfortable. He doesn't feel like he quite fits in to the environment. When they're at the cantina, the bug-eyed creature that comes up to Luke and starts, I don't know, making noises. And the pig-nose guy comes in and says, "Hey, he doesn't like you, and I don't like you either, so let's fight." And he started to fight him, and Obi decides, and Luke didn't know what to do about it. He's like, "What's going on? Like, why is this guy fighting me?" And so Obi handles this, and some arms get sliced off. Things happen. But Obi-Wan Kenobi, he's a savage. So The next one is allies, test, and enemies. Okay, so his allies are Chewbacca, Han Solo, and obviously Obi-Wan Kenobi. Those are his main allies in this film. And so people I wrote down as enemies are the guys that wanted to fight him in the cantina, as well as the stormtroopers who tried to stop them before getting to the cantina and when they're trying to leave. But they make it out and they have the droids. So the stormtroopers could not stop them because he was helped by his allies. So the next step is approach to the inmost cave. So the Death Star is in the place of Alderaan, which is the planet they were trying to get to. Alderaan has been destroyed. So they must go to the Death Star, and Luke has a very bad feeling about this. The next step we see in the film is the ordeal when Luke and his allies, except for Obi-Wan Kenobi, because Obi-Wan Kenobi goes to do something else, go to save Princess Leia. When they return and they save Princess Leia successfully, Luke has to witness Obi-Wan Kenobi get killed by Darth Vader himself, and what a sad moment. I quoted these two things that were said in the film when Obi-Wan Kenobi tells Darth Vader, "You can't win, Darth." And then Darth says, "You shouldn't have come back." And I don't know, I just thought those lines were important and cool. I just thought the whole dialogue going on between Obi-Wan Kenobi and Darth Vader while they were fighting was pretty awesome. So the next step is the reward. Is the reward the lightsaber? That's the sword, right? But he got that at the beginning from Obi-Wan Kenobi. And while I feel like that is a reward to him because it is the reason, because it is his father's, you know, that's not the reward of this whole ordeal. The reward of the ordeal is that he finally, Luke finally makes the decision to join the rebellion as a pilot, and that's what he's always wanted to do anyway. So that's his reward. The road back is actually not back to his home planet, but it was joining the rebellion. This is the road back. And setting off to destroy the Death Star for good is also a part of the road back, I felt. The resurrection occurs during the final battle on the Death Star. And while Luke doesn't technically resurrect, he does defeat the star and becomes a Jedi. So the Force is with him because he finally trusts in himself. He finally becomes the Jedi he was always meant to be. So the last step is the return with the elixir, where he gets the medal from Princess Leia, and he finally gets to live the adventurous life that he always wanted. I hope you enjoyed this vlog. I'm sorry it didn't have any cool effects this time. I'm trying to get the Final Cut Pro updated and fixed so that this doesn't happen to me anymore. Bye, guys.